Well, hello again. This is Hiro. Well, I started this Ishizukuri, something that I kind of made up, right? And then I was showing you how these get put together. Then, well, once again, I realized, wait a minute, I have access to a creek that is full of good rocks and have the tractor to easily bring it back. But what are you going to do if you live in the city or in a state that doesn't have a lot of rocks and pebbles? Well, one of my students, Joe, he moved to Florida, and he said it's all flat and no rocks at all. Well, anyway, so I was thinking about that, so I went to the local home and garden center, and then I picked up this bag of pebbles. So let's go ahead and open it and see if there's any potential for this. It's always a gamble. Let's see if we're going to get anything out of this. Well, one thing I know, it was quite heavy. So now from there, we got to pick out combinations so we could start to put together Ishizukuri. Okay, this is one way we could start looking for how to put things together, right? But you realize that this type of rock is often used in landscapes, right? All commercial landscapes. Some of the homeowners too, they might be using something smaller. Well, they all have the same origin. They came from somebody's creek. So what you do, well, if there's a landscape, then what you do is to see if you find some that was interesting. So what you don't want is anything that is just kind of smooth, but see how something like this can be used as either the collar or even the roof. So that's what you're looking for. You gotta train your eye to spot potentials. Okay, so I'm gonna study these and then see if I could come up with a nice finished product. Okay, so far I got this far. I did this yesterday. Try to secure our pedestal. Well, I have to do this because this type of rock will not stand, right? And that's what it is. And these are the supports to kind of camouflage that look. Okay. Next, I need to put this on top of that. This is the collar. This is the light fixture, the roof, and the cap. Originally, this was rounded, so I could not get this to stabilize. So I took this. This is a tile cutter with a diamond blade, and then I flattened out the top. So now I'll be able to get that to sit, right? Remember, this was our modified stack rock. So that's what I have to do, but I'm not sure if I could do it in one stage or not. We got to get the concrete to set, and then sometime it'll shift. So probably I'll end up with this and this today, and then wait till tomorrow to do the finish. So anyway, I think the next time you see this video is when I get it completed. So anyway, I thought I'd show you the progress. So I'm staying with all the rocks that was in the package that I purchased at the Home and Garden Center. I rather do it my way with a little bit more variations, but I wanted to show you that it's possible to make your own with the sources that are most likely available to you. So as you get into doing this, and you could go along the river, you could find more varieties and maybe easier to do. Okay, so anyway, I'll see you real soon in a finished product. Maybe I haven't shown you this part, but this is what I'm sticking with. It's called a thin set, and this is the same thing they use to attach tiles to walls and things like that. And then this is actually for I think oil painting. I don't know. Remember Bob Ross, the painter that was on PBS? Anyway, he was using it, so I thought, oh, I'll get one. But then I realized that I don't do that kind of painting. So I had this, but it makes an excellent tool for mixing small amount of this motor. See? So I buy all kinds of gadgets and then find use for it later. And this one is turning out really good for what I need to do. So you got to mix very small amounts because of the project we're working doesn't require a lot of cement. Okay, so this one, it's a little bit on the runny side, so I'll put a little bit more powder, dry powder, and then make it a little stiff. But basically, that's what I do. You know, in my days of landscaping, I would run into different trades, right? And then if you ever get a chance to watch a really skilled mason, you should just quietly watch. They have, I don't know, I guess it's all the same in all the trades. The true professional, the true artisans are fantastic. I'm nowhere near that level, but luckily I learned enough to make it work so okay. So I take my little miniature trowel and then do this, right? And then this is the part you just kind of, that's where the great skill is. This one came out pretty good, but you put too much and then too much runs. If you don't put enough, then it has a tendency to fall apart later. And that's why I'm trying my best. This one is actually pretty good, but some of these other here, I'm gonna have to go in with a minute grinder and get some of that out of there. So I'm going to push my luck. I think that's about the right. See, we're working with different planes and they're not flat, so you got to use multiple angle to work together. So this is what I did, and wow, hey, on camera, I'm doing better. Okay, so, but I think if I put this on, it'd be too much. So at this stage, I'm just going to attach this cap onto the roof. And then tomorrow, I'll finish up. So probably day after tomorrow, I'll show you the finished product. I guess it's about time I wrap this chapter. Okay, so this was a chapter on Ishizukuri using rocks purchased at our local home and garden center. So everything that I used to make this one here was from the bag. Oh yeah, I had to drill the hole for the incense. So the only thing that was not included at the purchase was this granite slab. I think it turned out okay. This will be the front right there. I was able to make this one, but I had no choice but to use one of my other for the light area. This area right in here, there was just not enough selection to make this complete. This is a freestanding lantern. And this will be considered works in progress. This is kind of cool. This is a double angle that made it work, but I need to get the top done. But I think I'm gonna have to mix some of my other rocks because I'm running out of combination. I still have this many rocks left, but it's so difficult to make the arrangement using only what's left. So I'll probably be mixing and matching with the rocks that I have previously. Okay, this is the bag that I purchased at the Home and Garden Center. And after I read the little fine print, it's from India. So this chapter was about buying the rocks from your Home and Garden Center or wherever if you do not have access to river wash rocks. But I think if you could get out and look, start collecting and start putting these together. We'll be doing more chapters as I'm experimenting with different concepts. Okay, see you again real soon in another chapter. You want to see something cool? Anytime you could get a rock wet, they always look so much better. See? I thought you'd be impressed.